Hi, Prudence. How you doing? Um, okay, so this you're kicking butt here. This is great. I love it so far. I think the transition from your sketch to your actual mock-up is done really well. There's a couple of things I want you to think about. So here's what we have. Basically, what I'm looking at and what I'm going to ask you to do, continuing with the poster, is I really want you to develop these areas through here. I want you to develop this whole area through here where this just goes like a straight line. So I really want to get that developed. I want some dimension in here and some depth in the entire piece itself. I'd like to see some depth built into the mask. You've started wonderfully with this, the eye cones or whatever they're called, building some dimension in there. That really looks great right there. But see how flat it is right here? I don't know what this is right here. Is that part of the gas mask? It's really hard to tell because it's going off the page. So you want to reconsider that. Maybe that, I don't know, just define that further. I don't know what you want to take that hose and put it behind there or something. I don't know, but just make this further defined as a gas mask. Shouldn't it be a little longer or something? I don't know. Take a look at one of those World War II gas masks and try to illustrate off that. This just looks, right now, it looks like it wants to be a gas mask, but then it kind of looks like it wants to be a creature too. Creature from the Black Lagoon or whatever. Also, I'm noticing that you're a little bit hesitant to use a lot of contrast in your work, and I really think using some contrast is really going to pump this thing up to the next level. Think about using some black in here. I think black, it's begging for some black in here. You're using this color blue in your background, and blue is kind of indicative of a clean type of. I'm wondering about that decision. I'm also going to ask you to try to use Illustrator to develop this background instead of it kind of, I guessing that you got this background online somewhere. If you created it, and I apologize, it's wonderful. But if you didn't, I'd like you to try to create this yourself. But I used to do this in my online, in my on-ground classes when students would come up with a project that's like just down and dirty. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like this one, smog. I think one of the on-ground students did a project that had to do with cigarettes or anti-smoking, and we just really wanted to get this whole stink through the work. So I mean, I actually had her throw her work on the ground, stomp on it. I actually had her throw garbage on it, empty ashtrays on it, and take it home and spend some time with it. And she and she came back with this piece that was so gritty that it was incredible. You could just feel the dirt falling right off it and the grime and the smell of cigarette stench and all that stuff. So it was cool. I tell you this because I think that this could use that type of that element. Okay, so anyways, good type so far. Good type so far. This is begging to be down here somewhere. Typically, okay, this is going to be a what would be considered a public service, a public announcement poster. Okay, so smog is the enemy. Typically, what you're going to have is the headline, which I would move up here somewhere. And then I don't know what these blue bars are, but right now let's get rid of them because they're kind of distracting. So smog is the enemy. This it looks like it's been stretched. So if it has, you don't want to stretch that type. You just want to keep it as normal as you can. You have this wide kerning to make it fit, and that's fine. Um, if you did this to yourselves, this is great, and I would put that down here, and then some kind of a tagline over here so that we can back up. So some sort of a call to action, as it were. And this will play as the sponsored logo or whatever. You put that down here, and then we'll end up putting something over here like brought to you by the good folks at You Did This to You or whatever. I'm just using a stupid example, but you know what I'm saying? Then we'll get some type in here, pump up the contrast, and we'll take it from there. This is great work. Outstanding start. I love it. Really nice transition from your sketch to your digital. Okay, great job. Thank you.